All right, here we go again. Buckle up, rough roads ahead. Let's try to smooth those rough roads out. It's taking a little more time to get the steroid treatment than I thought. I just couldn't get to the appointment right away. Right, if I got that already, I might already be a little better. Right. Now we don't know who was at those town halls. Could have been anybody, but it appears, they appear to be at first blush the people that voted those people in. Well, they get on. Some of these people get on a MAGA high or whatever it is, right? And they're not thinking it out. Right? They receive a lot of government money. A lot of people that voted for Trump receive a lot of government money. They wanted life to be better, and they're just looking at it now, going, "Well, this ain't going to help us." I mean, I'm just telling you, and I tried to tell you the whole time, and the judges might even bring it up. Elon's obviously not cutting his programs. Although he cut NASA, that may actually increase contracting. I don't know what he cut. So again, they're going to look at that. The people are going to look at that and go, "This guy's getting all this money, and we can't get our food, or or whatever it is." I think what they call it. What kind of money was cut? Oh, Head Start money. Something's calling for all of you to get out of my life, whoever you all are. Thank you. No, it wasn't me. Some spirit. I was fine last night, but when I tried to go to sleep, everything fell apart. So today it should start melting out there, the snow. And then tomorrow it's going to destroy it. We'll be Very warm tomorrow. Right. But you have to understand, people are standing outside looking at the administration and they're going, really? And just not, not necessarily liberals. Right. I mean, it makes no sense. And if they prevail, they prevail. But it makes no sense that people that get pardoned, it's like they're acting like it was overturned in court. It was not overturned in court. They were pardoned by a sympathetic president. Well, because they were still convicted. And theoretically, I don't know what Pam Bondi was going to do. Maybe she'd find everybody releasable, but she was going to go case by case. Okay, so I'm realizing why I'm bringing up things outside of just trying to speak about this, because there's somebody projecting right now, and it seems like an honest spirit, an honest person, saying they're very, we can't believe we did this to you, and we got you sick, and then we didn't let you get back to your brother, right, and get your surgery, right. Because once I had got back to my brother, then everything would have started coming into perspective. I wouldn't have been so isolated. Right. So now I have this insurmountable thing. That I got to try to get through. What I'm hoping for is that the steroid treatment calms everything down enough that I can get through it. Again, I was needing long-term care, and everything crashes when I try to get long-term care. So these people have willed a lot of crap around me. Have moved a lot of crap around me. Thank you, Larry. I'll probably be getting rid of everything, or not everything, but a lot of what I have. I'll probably only be taking a trailer east with me, I think, at this point. And that's going to be very few things. Right. Such as the Torah Ark and the Torah. And some audio equipment. And, I don't even know if anything else. So I'm going to be out all this money. Again, you obviously blocked me from getting my brother. You can say my brother was involved, but you all obviously were part of that thing. Now, there's nothing that I can do to stop you. Never was. I just say there's some sort of benchmark. Thank you, Larry. Oh. Oh. Like I tell you, I can't even remember if I was uncramped over the last 4 years or what it was. They needed to stay away from me, and they wouldn't. Oh, oh. Waiting to hear back from the VA lawyer, but I'm not holding out for much. As always, thank you for your services. Bullshit. Correct. No, I have all the symptoms. It's just like how to get the case together and get there. I should have just approved it last time. It was obvious. Right. They wouldn't even give me 1% of Persian Gulf illness. I'm sorry. Oh. Again, I have no idea what's causing this pain when it doesn't cause the pain at other times. Right. Oh. Just releasing a little bit. So I think what's happening is my rhomboids are tightening up, and I think there's nerves that go through that, right? And that's causing some issue. I mean, at least you can do is give me money after destroying my life that long. But if you don't want to, I'm sure things will degrade further in your lives and in the world around you. Makes them mad. No, I was so well last night I could walk around in my sandals and it didn't like feel weird or anything. I mean, yeah, the left was a little weaker, but yeah, I have no idea why I couldn't get anywhere other than, they didn't let the deep state wouldn't let up. So that keeps, right? If they see me improving, then they attack again. I can learn. The more my plans come together, the more spells they project. Yeah, I probably should have got that surgery 4 years ago. It would have been done, and it actually would have smoothed in real nice with the travel and everything. I can't even think why I couldn't think of it. to tell you the truth, because I wasn't 100%. By the time I got to Oklahoma, it was obvious that I wasn't going to heal. Right. Right. So I got police departments interfering with my disability treatment. Isn't that nice? PIs and all the other scumbags that they hang out with. That doesn't make any sense. The entire thing. Public enemy under number one, me. Doesn't make any sense. Never did. Never will. I mean, just because I can walk and not scream out in pain, apparently they're allowed to do this to me. What they're doing is they're wiring to me. This is what they've been doing when they see all of a sudden my thing's going right. My brother's acting well. Right. So they can blind me again. So yesterday I got this blip, just take all your stuff with you. Nah. Just for the rental equipment, it's $3,500, like $3,500, or about $3,000. Yeah. Right. But again, I no idea where the last 4 years went.
Agreed.
Thank you, Larry. So again, you can't sue. I mean, what's his basis for suing? That he was pardoned? I mean, they're going to sue because they were pardoned? I mean, they see them as an extension of the administration. They stood up there in D.C., said they were going to sue, and then got into a tussle with a protester. And again, that person shouldn't have been in his space, but making sure. We're impeached judges because they make a ruling. We're going to sue because we're pardoned. The case was not overturned. So again, somebody needs to talk to them so they go in knowing. Right. Well, I think they're acting as though the case was overturned. Right. I think a lot of it went to the Supreme Court. They did throw out some of the cases. Right. I don't particularly think that aspect of it was prosecutorial misconduct. Mm. Thank you, Larry. I don't even think you get anything off of that. It's just, they believe they could prosecute it, and the judges said no, they believe that's an overreach. In fact, I think they did prosecute it, right? And did, come up with convictions. That's the Vatican. Now I just remembered I forgot to visit the Pope online. Nah, I really don't want to get massages right now because I think it's kind of irritated, and I might actually be making it worse at that point. Vatican. It's not Holy See. All right. Right. The tightening could still be from the sciatic nerve. I got a lot of work to do here to get MRIs done, so I got to make my phone calls next week and refocus on the MRIs. So they're going to take like a month to get into, probably. Well, maybe not. If I get well enough, I can drive. But thank you, Larry. Thank you, Larry. So the split stimulus check might work. Right. So where you do 2,500 and then you do 2,500 in like, I don't know how many months, 6, 8 months, a year. I don't know. Unless they find that 5,000 will not cause inflation. I don't know. I mean, I don't know how big the downturn is going to be. So it's going to be warm. That's going to be neat, huh? Last year we had a lot of warm days, I think, in the middle of winter. That Amber Alert came up for Memphis this morning. Oh, he's got him in custody. Yeah, I didn't see that part. They ended it at Memphis. Police said this is an ongoing investigation. I didn't see that other part. I don't know if that was there before. However, a suspect has been taken into custody. Right. Wondering if it's a immigrant case. They're speaking about that. So the one thing that's happening is like it's over tightening my back. So again, there's nothing wrong with the back adjusting right, but so I have to hit it with the magnesium oil, and then it kind of just goes bloop. Right, so there's not as much. There's like no adjustment. So it's from one extreme to the other. So I have to try to get this pain management thing going, right? Because what that does, that actually calms it down. And then you can try to stretch it and massage it a little better. Well, we don't know. Again, you don't know who the prosecutors were that you fired. I mean, I imagine there you got a few political operators, but right. They may have been the more capable prosecutors. and were just doing their job. So again, if you put your best people out, I mean, this isn't like prosecution and like investigation isn't like I'll just put another person on the job, bring them in at a lower pay. It's just, it doesn't work like that. So again, if you cut, you may not be able to fix by simply hiring. Right. So I just kind of buzzed in with Kash Patel. And I don't know if he's receiving, but I know his spirit was there. The best thing to do is to say you start today with a clean slate. Right. Don't get caught playing a game. Right. That's the best way to do it. Because there's investigative traps already set for you to go after certain people who might actually be your best people. Thanks, Larry. Thank you, sir. So I think that's what Kash Patel needs to do. This is it. It's not amnesty, but it's clean slate. Don't let us catch you doing something because you'll be investigated. Right. And that investigation will be all encompassing. Thank you, Larry. I mean, you can do what you want, but I think that would serve purposes the best. Thanks, Larry. You just don't have time to do what you were talking about. You see how you need to actually work to get the immigrants. Right. Well, because what you're doing is more difficult than what they were doing in the last administration. And like I said, you just can't hire people and put them on the street and have the capability of the people that are there. Thank you, Larry. Now, I don't know what kind of prosecutorial experience that you lost, because the Justice Department and the FBI don't work politically. I mean, they do and they don't. Well, there's people in there that are great prosecutors that they said, this is the case, prosecute it. Again, I explained to you when I went in the Marshal Service, they sat us down. They just created this video, and it was the abortion clinic video. And I'm like, I don't know how I feel about that. Right. I mean, these are Christian people singing hymns, and I'm supposed to carry them off. While they're, dead weight or whatever it is. Right. And, I went through it and I figured, if they were good Christians, they wouldn't be there. Right. They'd be somewhere praying where they wouldn't have to cause law enforcement to do that. Right. Hmm. Well, again, like I said, probably the best thing you want to do is just say clean slate. Don't let us catch you doing something wrong. Right. Trying to figure out here how to cook this. Let's see what we got on line here. Yeah, Israel's kind of crazy. Around a third being placed in an Alabama office. What? Oh, has a big campus there. Right. Now, let be cops be cops. You have to be careful because some of the cops are deep state, and they'll tell you that they're just being cops. Right. Thank you, Larry. Again, I'm hoping there's no like disc damage or something further up that's causing anything at the top. Right. So far, it doesn't come up like that. I think what happens is when I push on the lumbar a certain way, when I roll over on my back and it hits the lumbar a certain way, that it starts tightening up the back. I'm just, wondering if it has something to do with the top part, but I don't think so. Now, I was never supposed to stop treatment. I was supposed to continue on. I just couldn't focus with all that harassment going on. It's definitely similar to something that happened, and I remember being in Amarillo, being sick like this, and I couldn't figure it out. I guess similar time of the year, kind of. It was snowy. Actually, no, it was even more in the warm weather. Somehow I got past this. Ugh. Mm. Sorry. Well, if you know, again, you don't have to investigate the past. You just make sure there's no future occurrences of anything shady. I'm beginning to wonder if it's maybe my blood pressure medicine making me sick. My stomach. I think some of what we have going on is being driven by fringe elements. And that's causing an issue, the issues that we're seeing, because it's setting a certain mood. And I guess Chief Justice Roberts has addressed some of it. Now, if you read it the wrong way, you'll say Roberts is paranoid. He knows we're coming for him. Right. Probably not a good idea to do that. I do not think the judiciary is retreating. What it's doing is it's dotting its I's and crossing its T's. Again, for my bodily stuff, I have to remember that mold design. Okay, yeah, it could be the mold. All right. That may be what it could be, even the stomach stuff, right? Oh. Well, I'm gonna have to get a mold test and bring it in here. Today's not going to be the warmest day, but at least it'll go above freezing. And then we'll start that thaw. They're trying to block me from going back east and get surgery. I can feel that. So that was probably there since 4 years ago, 5 years ago. Right. I can feel it. Their will's definitely playing out. Just how obsessed they are with their victims. Well, if you find inappropriate government entrapment, then they could sue. But at this point, they're putting the cart before the horse. Well, you had the discovery at trial, so theoretically you would have been able to prove that if it was in the discovery. A couple of markers came up in a couple of the accounts that I was looking at previously, so I visited them. I wasn't looking at the accounts, but the individuals came up with something weird, so I went to their accounts. The one looks, I guess they both look like a real person, but there's a third one that didn't look like the real person, like it was just a persona, somebody else's photos. Right. Yeah, they're trying to get me to the point where I got to get out of here. I got to get out of here. All right. And run off screaming in the night. No, not there yet. Jesus. Uh, 24 hours till it's really, really warm. All right. I got to bust out of here and get my work done, no matter how I feel. I hope I don't find mold in here, but if I do, I'll bring it to their attention. Well, I'm definitely sick. Well, stay peaceful. Praise God in all that you do. Praise God.